Viking fans, I gotta apologize. There's a player that went under my radar, and he shouldn't have. There is absolutely no reason why this player should have went under my radar. I wasn't doing my job. I apologize. Who that is, listen to the rest of my video. It's up next. Welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. The name is Skull World. Now, also, please hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment. If you do that, it'll enter my contest. I do have the rules of the contest in the description below. I'm giving away merchandise in the form of a gift card to where you can go on a website and hopefully buy Vikings gear. Do this. Help yourself out. Get some Vikings gear. I want to give back to the community. Everything you do, every comment you do, I'll enter you in the contest, and that'll help push my content, and I appreciate all of that. Now, I started this video by apologizing. I am so sorry that I did not do my job, which is to get you content on every player that matters, and they all matter. But I let a big one slide through without doing a video on him or even ever mentioning his name. I don't think I mentioned his name. I would go back my videos. I would guarantee, I'd bet money on. I didn't even bother talking or saying his name. And we actually gave this guy $250,000 as a signing bonus as a UDFA. He led our 9-player class of UDFAs. And that guy is Zach McCloud. Let me pull him up. There's a picture of Zach McCloud. He is physically a nice looking linebacker. I've seen him weigh in as report him weighing in at 253. Miami had him weighing in at his pro day at 246 pounds, which in a spider chart in his position is in the 77th percentile, which is above average. Height at 6'2", 47th percentile. I believe they have him ranking against defensive ends, possibly linebackers. I would say linebackers because of that weight. So they got him on They got him compared to outside linebackers. Looks like arm length 34 3/8. That's 96th percentile. And you know me from previous videos, I'm big on hand size and arm length for any player. That's a big deal. And of course, speed. Wingspan 81 inches, 97th percentile. So this has got to be against linebackers. And hand signs 9.5, 41st percentile. Honestly, I thought, that'd be, 9.5. That's considered small these days, apparently, in the NFL. Now, so though statistically, size-wise, this guy fits the linebacker position. NFL ranked him as the 49th linebacker in the league. So, yeah, they have all this going against linebackers. He did play defensive end for the University of Miami his last year in the league. PFF grades had him 221. In 2021, he had him at 66.4. They had him at 46.9 in 2020. He redshirted 67.6. 2019, 2018, 60.3. 2017, 52.4. These were his linebacker years. 2016, 60.9. So they've ranked him, and PFF really does. They really are strict on linebacker rankings. Kendricks always gets ranked lower, but that gives you an idea where he's at. That's like a borderline starter or backup. But his pro day results were pretty good. 40-yard dash, 4.64. I did see him at a 4.83 on this other website, but that's the only number they had. So I'm going to go with the 40-yard dash from the pro day at 4.64, which is pretty good. 68th percentile. Again, we're ranking him against linebackers, not DNs. And he did play DN his senior year. Bench, 17 reps, 14th percentile. That's a little low. That's unfortunate. He looks like he could be much stronger than that, but people with longer arms tendency not to have as many reps. So this may be a reason, but we got tight ends with more reps than that. Three cone drill, 7.33, 18th percentile. Shuttle 447, 13th percentile. All these are not that good. Again, they got him ranking against outside linebacker when he's an edge rusher. Vertical jump, 33.5, 47th percentile. Broad jump, 910, 58th percentile. So athletically, he's ranking pretty low. I didn't see that in his videos where he looked like he could get after the quarterback, but of course they got him ranking him against linebackers when he was a DN senior year. So I think this guy will come in, he'll come in and spell some players to be a good backup. That's potentially where he's at, but it's edge rusher. I don't think he's outside linebacker on passing downs, let's say, or unless he's blitzing or he's coming off the edge in some fashion. So we'll see on that. Now, he did 6 years because of the COVID year, and then he had a redshirt year, so that's why he had 6 years. So he's an older player. Now, I always, after watching video, just like to look at his strengths and weaknesses they had on his draft profile fresh, so that way I'm reading it at the same time you're seeing it for the first time. His strengths: gives efforts between the tackles to find the ball and is willing to take on linemen. I'd say that he has done that, and apparently he's pretty good against the run. Strong and stout against the run. Here it is. Filling lanes with power and an attacking mentality. I could see that. He has good reaction skills and awareness. Forceful tackler versus the run. He's a mean player, man. I think he's pretty good at that. Thickly built with classic linebacker size, adequate strength, and the smarts to cover up his athletic shortcomings in the right scheme. Works hard to get better and gives top effort on every play. Heads up defender who shows good field awareness. I agree with that. Videos I saw, I did see that. The weaknesses: chase speed is below average and gets too upright as a pass rusher. Needs to play with better leverage. I could see that. He is honestly, I don't know about the speed, but because he's more of a speed rusher, doesn't have a lot of moves, I think that could be taught in him. And honestly, he was able to catch some quarterbacks from behind. Now that being said, who knows if they're athletic enough? But he sacked Pickett, and he's pretty athletic. So this guy, I think he's good. I saw the speed rush he has is pretty good. I seen him get held, and he still got after the quarterback and got him. He really gets after it, and I like his motor. Plays upright, ducks his head, and fails to wrap up at times. Inconsistent, giving full effort to be the second man in on the play. Must learn to use the hands to beat blocks. I agree with that. I want to see some hands, some of that karate moves that they teach him coming off the edge. I didn't see that in any of the videos. Stiff in space with poor lateral agility and range, not fluid, changing direction, struggles to tackle in open field, and falls off to too many tackles going for the TKO. Limited athlete, lacks NFL playing speed, and isn't explosive consistently. A step behind his pursuit. So this is the website. I think it's NFL Draft Buzz that had him as a 4.83 and had him at 254. When the Pro Day had him at 246, so lighter, but had him running a 4.6. Let me pull it up again. They had him running. Let me find it really quick. They had him 4.6, 4.40. So that being said, there's some discrepancy, and there's that happens a lot of the times when the guy is a borderline draft pick. But we thought enough of him to make him the number one guy in our UDFA class and gave him big money to sign. So a lot is said of what we think about him. And here's a little tidbit. He came in and played second team snaps opposite of Wanham. So he is in that mix, in that range of players to make the team. He split reps with another player, but there you go. He's taking reps on the second team. That should tell you a lot. He was it was a big thing that we were really short on linebackers coming in the season, and we gave him money because we think he could make the team. So look for that. And, you know, it would be a great spot to have him on the practice squad, too, if no one picks him up. But it was definitely a good idea, a definite good shot. I saw a lot of good things in this video. Now, let's go over his stats real quick. I'm going to put this on the full screen. So, in here it says 6'2", 254, but the pro day had him lighter. This is from the NFL draft, so... you know, as freshman through senior year, he played linebacker. Notice the tackle, so he must have played outside linebacker. Those weren't inside linebacker tackles. So, in the senior year, he was D line. He 11 games, 13 solo tackles, 15 assists, 28 total, 7.5 for loss, which is pretty good. 5.5 of those were sacks. Most of the sacks I saw was him speed rushing the defensive end, even sometimes being held and getting after the quarterback, running them down from behind. There's a lot of good video of him playing against the run and taking the right gap, peeling off a block, making the play. So there's some decent film on him, worth a shot because of his physical traits. Who knows how he'll fit in a defense? But this might be a one down, a backup player. Apparently, there's a good look for him to be on special teams. So this is a guy that could make the team. I did have Mintz making the team, so he's in that mix. But Mintz didn't get second. I did a video on Mintz a while back, who came out of Vanderbilt, who's been in the league a couple of years, but he wasn't taking second team reps. Zach McCloud was. So it looks like they're favoring him a little bit because they gave him the money. They want to give him a look. Pads start on Monday. That's when a man will be separated from the boys. Let me pull this down. Put him back up. So that will separate the men from the boys on Monday. That's when you'll start to see maybe a guy like this separate himself or not. But this weekend, the fans show up on Saturday. You know, you kind of can see, shorts and t-shirts, man. So you're not going to see a whole lot for a guy like this until you can see him going up against first team offensive tackles on the edge. Let's see what happens. This guy's being looked at, and I apologize for not talking about him earlier. So go look up his videos. I'll even try to put one in the description on his highlights from his senior year. So this is Minnesota Sports Talk. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and comment. Description of the contest, or the rules for the contest in the description below. Skull Vikings. See you next time.